my walk, well, I've done 3. So I've walked from Brisbane to Sydney 3 times, Brisbane to Melbourne twice, and completely around the continent once. And the first walk was when I was 15. I left home young. It was to escape a bad situation. I went to walk down to Sydney to live with my grandmother. And later, when I did the first big walk, it was in the middle of the COVID crisis, and I was broken by a fight with cancer. So to answer your question, I began my walk out of an urgent need to survive and to heal. And that walk from Brisbane to Melbourne was about me reconciling what I'd been through. It was about me finding ways to come back, to fight through the numbness of grief, and help a charity as well. I was stage 4 head and neck cancer, and I chose to help a charity called the Kids Cancer Project. And it was that work, the success of that first big walk, that made me decide to do the big lap where I walked all around the country. For me, when you're talking about a labour that spans 2.5 years, it's really hard to isolate any given difficulty, because day to day it's all difficult. You can take the intangibles, the existential stuff, like it is weird being a person and at the same time being a symbol, Captain Australia, bit by a radioactive koala, and reconciling those identities. It's like being Bruce Wayne and Batman, and that's a struggle. So, you know, you're living in between states. Because for 2.5 years, I've ceded my normal day-to-day life as a father and as a citizen to be a guide on a symbolic quest. But look, in terms of physical toil, probably the most demanding conditions were around the Pilbara. It was high summer, it was cyclone season, there was a lot of weather, but consistently for about a month I faced temperatures sort of around the 45-degree mark on average, yeah. So the hottest day was in a community, Roebourne, I think it was. I might have the name wrong, but it got to 47 degrees, but, yeah. And I used to have to crawl under, like you've got the highway, you've got those drainage culverts that go underneath, like those tunnels. The Pilbara doesn't have much in the way of trees, so just to be able to get out of the sun, I'd climb under and rest in there. I never not once felt like giving up on my quest. That would be self-erasure. But my quest was about rebuilding and coming back to life. It was about taking a broken thing and finding ways to meaningfully glue it back together. So giving up would be like a form of suicide. So no, I never once thought about giving up. Day to day, you'd get towards the end of a day and the last few kilometres are always the hardest. So day to day, you'd have your little triumphs and you'd have your little failures. You'd be like, look, I intended to do 40 kilometres today. I've come 32. We're packing it in anyway. I'm in pain. So that you know is a form of giving up, but it's a little day-to-day sacrifice as opposed to properly giving up. For me, I was driven mostly by the fact that I was grateful to be doing what I'm doing. Like I was not meant to survive my cancer. I was given 6 months to live. So to be able to transmute that into an act of service and to be able to infuse the extra time that I'd been given with meaning was something that I was profoundly grateful for. And for me, that gratitude was fuel. As I did my big walk all around the country, I've been everywhere. Like the song says, I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere. I've been to Woi Woi, Whoop Whoop, Wogga Wogga. And I've met so many different types of people. I've learned, like, it's my opinion that people sort of sit in the middle, living their day-to-day lives. You've got a very small selection who are profoundly, deeply evil, and you've got a very small selection who are profoundly, deeply good. And in between, there's humanity. And we kind of gravitate towards the examples that we see. An evil person's winning, they're getting all of the money. Well, I want that money too, so I'm going to be more like him. Or, that guy inspired me, I want to be more like him. I had an email yesterday from a guy who, between 2019 and 2022, had made 5 suicide attempts, a profoundly broken guy. And he wrote to me to say thank you, that watching me in my first big walk helped him come back from that, and he's thriving now. And I love the fact that we can be those inspirations for one another, yeah? In terms of the people that I met, those are the ones that are most rewarding to me. Somebody who saw what I did and extracted meaning from it. But in terms of the journey, 99.9% of people were just bloody wonderful. I'd be walking across the Nullarbor, someone would rock up and, "Hey, Captain Australia, I brung you a lasagna," in the middle of the evening. And they've driven 100 kilometres to find me. So, yeah, I saw a lot of kindness, and it's my firm belief that kindness is the antidote to sorrow. I met a lot of characters on the walk, and I won't ever forget them. There's my friend Uncle Phil. He's an Aboriginal elder in the Yuin Nation, which is on the south coast of New South Wales. He became somewhat of a mentor, I think, a friend. He helped me to better understand Aboriginality, which just as a white man growing up in a city, you get a distorted view on. So he guided me through a lot of that stuff, helped me understand country and the relationship of human to country. There's this crazy guy, Einstein, that I met, who models himself after Albert Einstein. Big wiry hair, big mustache, mad as a cut snake, but a beautiful human, yeah? And lots of people just who invested in the work, saw something in the work. There's a guy in Melbourne, Kim. He'd write to me every so often just asking if I needed help. "Simon, how you doing financially? Do you need a little bit of money?" And I'm like, "Jeez, mate, thank you." You know, so many interesting characters, but also so many examples of compassion, inspiration, shared inspiration, and kindness. I'm in post-walk breakdown, so I can't really sort of get a meaningful perspective on after, because I'm not quite at after yet. I'm in post-walk collapse. But I've healed in a way that I never thought I could have accessed before. I'm stronger in every way that strength matters. So for me, there's a sense of relief that I'm no longer living in limbo. There's a sense of achievement that I stated that I would do something, and I set out and I did it. And yeah, those are the main characteristics, I think. If I started to say thank you, we'd be here for 5 hours, and I'd risk leaving someone out. You know, there are so many characters, so many people. There's this couple who live in Mount Isa, there's a road that runs from near Tennant Creek through to Mount Isa called the Barclay Highway, and it's intensely windy and hilly and isolated. And there's this couple, they're truckers in their 70s. So Barry and Carol, they'd rock up every day. They do this run between Tennant Creek and Mount Isa. I'd be walking along and a big old bloody road train would pull up behind me. And one of them, or both of them, would clamber down from the cabin, and they'd have a a salad or something for me. "G'day, Captain Australia, how you doing? You're doing great. I'm proud of you." And Barry kept trying to give me drugs because I had, not illicit drugs, I had a knee injury, and he was like, "Oh, I got this stuff that I take for my arthritis. Try one of these, mate." And I'd be like, random medicine from a stranger? Yeah. No, I said thanks and thanks. And I actually, ill-advised maybe, but tried, and the arthritis medicine did help me actually, yeah. But the, yeah, you know, when I first started, I met a family, the Pittarino family, you know, little boy Archer, who for the entire duration of my first big walk for more than 84 days was confined to the ICU in Westmead Hospital in Sydney with his own rare form of cancer. And he was, I think, 9 years old at the time. So for them, that boy crystallized, in the very early days of my first work, that little boy crystallized why I was doing what I was doing and allowed me to, like, I was already dealing with my own grief and sorrow and shame and all of that from getting sick. And that it allowed me to kind of externalize that and put a face on the charity, the concrete, like human dimension to that. So, you know, I owe him a big thank you. And all they want to do is say thank you to me. I went back and visited them, visited his school 2 years later. Little dude's thriving. It's awesome, you know? And then just having the opportunity to see this boy who was, I used to do video calls with him, and he was bald, tubes going into him and hollow-eyed, and he wanted to be anywhere but where he was. And I could make him giggle, and I loved that. And that was a gift to me. But then seeing him again thriving, wonderful. So, you know, I owe them, that family, a thank you. And if I keep going, there's just too many. Yeah. I think that I've taken a life lived reactively, where you reach a fork in the road and you try and decide what is the best thing to do. And you make choices based on greed, I need money, or fear, I need security. And what my advice would be, we don't know why we're here. And even the people who say they do, they're a little bit crazy, because the only thing that unites us is uncertainty. The only certainty is uncertainty. We don't know, we can't know. You have to accept that no matter how sure you are of anything, you might be in the Matrix right now, or you might be dreaming. You might be Superman flying around above us all, having a momentary dream that you're Brent, you know? And if you accept that you could be on mushrooms and having an hallucination or something, yet if you have that intellectual honesty to accept that facts are something that we can get a bit slippery with, then you have to kind of accept responsibility for that and live strong and try and learn as much as you can from other people, because somebody somewhere might know something. There's an objective truth to navigate towards. And for me, I believe that we're all spiritual creatures. There's a spiritual meaning to our lives in addition to the physical dimension. We're not just here to eat, have sex, get money, fight one another. We're here to strive, stand up, inspire one another. So for me, the lesson, the most important thing I could say to somebody is be strong, love, live with courage, and don't apologize for who you are. Put an engine on it, refine it. Don't accept who you are, be better. And in being better, teach other people to be better. G'day, my name's Simon, also known as the bullfed superhero Captain Australia, bit by a radioactive dingo, and we're signing off. We're on Brent McNay's channel, yeah? Cameraman Brent, was it? Brent the Cam guy? What?
Brent the Cam Man.
Brent the Cam Man. He's bloody lovely, bloody awesome fella, and we're signing off. So I just need to get Barry, the sound technician, in there. Barry, you there? Control room. Do you copy? Yeah. No, mate, I'm trying to do a YouTube video here. Barry. Steady on, Barry. I know it's been a while. Can we do the theme music? We've got to do the outro. Yep. 3, 2, 1. This was a bop bop a diddly bop bop a diddly bop bop a diddly dee. Captain Australia and Brent McNay show. Boom boom.